Let's talk about my highly anticipated fantasy book releases for this fall. So hello my fellow fantasy book lovers and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Kathy, I'm a god girl from Belgium who loves to read fantasy books. In today's video I'm going to go into chronological order over some books that are releasing in September, October and November that I am personally really looking forward to reading. The first book on my list is the only September release still that I have written down, and it is A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan, and it releases on September 24th. And in the description on Goodreads it says, "Dragons are extinct, witches are outcast, magic is dying, but human lust for power is immortal. Dragon fire no longer blisters the skies over Pantera, but inside the lavish palace, life is still perilous, especially for Tamsin. Raised in the glittering court alongside the princesses, it's her duty to be punished for their misdeeds. Treated as part of the royal family, but also as the lowliest servant, Tamsin fits nowhere. Her only friend is Stig, captain of the guard, though sometimes she thinks he wants more than a friendship. When Fel, the beast of the borderlands, descends on her home, Tamsin's world becomes even more dangerous. To save the pampered princesses from a fate worse than death, she's commanded to don a veil and marry the brutal warrior. She agrees to the deception even though it means leaving Stig and the only life she's ever known behind. The wedding night begins with unexpected passion and ends in near violence when her trickery is exposed. Rather than start a war, Fel accepts Tamsin as his bride. But can he accept the dark secrets she harbors? Secrets buried so deep even she doesn't know they exist? For Tamsin is more than a royal whipping girl, more than the false wife of a man who now sees her as his enemy. And when those secrets emerge, they will ignite a flame bright enough to burn the entire kingdom to the bone. Magic is not dead, it is only sleeping, and it will take one ordinary girl with an extraordinary destiny to awaken it." So I saw the book cover and I was like, ooh, this looks pretty. And then I read the description and I was like, I really want to read this book. Up next, we have a book, whenever I saw its cover and the title, I had to laugh. It is called Fang Fiction. Like fangs, like Dracula fangs. And it is written by Stayman-London. Now, artwork-wise, the cover isn't really something that I would gravitate towards. It doesn't really read as fantasy to me, but the synopsis seems interesting enough. She's out for adventure, he's out for blood. The world of your favorite fantasy novels is real, and you're invited to visit. The only catch? It's filled with thirsty vampires. Devour this page-turning romance from the best-selling author of One to Watch. Tess Rosenblum is no stranger to the dark. An assault survivor and grad school dropout, she spends her nights managing a chic Brooklyn hotel and her days curled up with her favorite vampire novels, Blood Void. Tess even dabbles in online conspiracies that Blood Void is real. It's fun to hunt for clues, but deep down, Tess doesn't believe vampires actually exist, until one walks through her door. It turns out Blood Void is real and the sexy villain of the novels is trapped. Eager to escape her life, Tess agrees to help rescue him, and soon she's in a fantasia of lavish palaces and enchanted forests on a secret island where the sun never shines, and she's surrounded by deadly vampires. And against her better judgment, she's falling in love with one of them. And unbeknownst to Tess, her estranged best friend is having a sapphic affair with a beautiful vampire on her own back in New York. Visiting the world of your favorite story is any fan's dream, but will Tess be able to outrun the demons of her past and vampires of her present before it becomes a nightmare? In this darkly glamorous rom-com, Tess will find out whether it's worth risking her neck and her heart for a chance to reclaim her future. So it seems like something fun. And we'll see if it's well written and fun read. This is also a standalone. So for me, this is probably going to be an in-between read. And this book releases on October 1st. A little over a month ago, I read The Fireborn Blade by Charlotte Bond, and this was a short story, a novel about a female knight who is actually going to hunt a dragon in order to restore her title and her honor. And the same author is actually releasing their second book very soon. It releases on October 29th and it is called The Bloodless Princess, of course also by Charlotte Bond. Orpheus meets a natural history of dragons in a tale of death, honor, and a true love's embrace. It seemed the afterlife was bustling. Cursed by the previous practitioner in her new role and following an incident with a supremely powerful dragon, High Mage Sarah Lean visits the afterlife with a boon to beg of the bloodless princess who run the underworld. But Sarah Lane and her most trusted advisor, champion companion, Sir Madilé, will soon discover that there's only so much research to be done by studying the old tales, though perhaps there's enough truth in them to make a start. Sarah Lane will need more than just her wits to leave the underworld alive, and Madilé will need more than just her fireborn blade. A story of love and respect that endures beyond death, and of dragons, because we all love dragons. So we follow on where the previous book ends, and we continue on with the two characters that were still around at the end of book one. So I'm very excited for this, and the release date is October 29th. Up next is a book that I really want to read and I'm looking forward to. It is called The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent, and this book continues on into the vampire realm and universe that Carissa Broadbent is writing. So it follows on to Serpent and the Wings of Night, Ashes and the Starkers King, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, and Six Scorched Roses. So it will continue on in the same world building. And this is book 3 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series and book 1 in what is going to be the Shadowborn duet. Mish lost everything when she was forcibly turned into a vampire. Her home, her humanity, and most devastating of all, the love of the sun god to whom she had devoted her life. Now sentenced to death for murdering the vampire prince who turned her, redemption feels impossible. But when Mish is saved by Assar, the bastard prince of the House of Shadow, with a past as brutal as his scars, she's forced into a mission worse than execution. A journey to the underworld to resurrect the god of death himself. Yet Mish's punishment may be the key to her salvation. In a secret meeting, her sun god commands her to help Assar in his mission, only to betray him by killing the god of death. Mish and Assar must travel the treacherous path to the underground, facing trials, beasts, and the vengeful ghosts of their pasts. Yet most dangerous of all is the alluring call of the darkness, and her forbidden attraction to Assar, a burgeoning bond that risks invoking the wrath of gods. As her betrayal looms, the underworld closes in and angry gods are growing restless. Mish will be forced to choose between the redemption of the sun or the damnation of the darkness. And this book is planned to release on November 19th. And then the final book on my list is by Sarah Hawley. She's actually starting a new series. So we already have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, and A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. So those are all very fun romantasy reads. And she is going to start a new series, and the first book of the Shards of Magic series is called Servant of Earth. And this is going to be Fae-based. In the underground Fae realm, only the strongest and most ruthless have power. But a young human woman forced into a life of servitude is about to change everything. Kenna Heron is best known in her village for being a little wild. Some say half feral. But she'll need every ounce of that ferocity to survive captivity in the cruel Fae court. Trapped as a servant in the fairies' underground kingdom of Mistay, Kenna must help her new mistress undertake 6 deadly trials, one for each branch of magic: fire, earth, light, void, illusion, and blood. If she succeeds, her mistress will gain immortality and become the heir to Earth House. If she doesn't, the punishment is death for both mistress and servant. With no ally but a sentient dagger of mysterious origins, Kenna must face monsters, magic, and grueling physical tests. But worse dangers wait underground, and soon Kenna gets caught up in a secret rebellion against the inventively sadistic fairy king. When her feelings for the rebellion's leader turn passionate, Kenna must decide if she's willing to risk her life for a better world and a chance at happiness. Surviving the trials and overthrowing a tyrant king will take cunning, courage, and an iron will, but even that might not be enough. And this book is also expected release date on November 19th. So these are the books that I'm really looking forward to that are still coming out this year. Feel free to let me know in a comment down below, are you looking forward to one of these books as well? Or what other releases this fall have I maybe missed out on and should I be looking into? Feel free to let me know in a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every week and I would love to have you for every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!